Hi y'all. I wanna do a little video here. I'm gonna videotape this, but if it doesn't turn out any good, I'm gonna not post it. But this is what I'm doing. See, I got right here. I have some crumbs, fabric crumbs. And here I've got two different colors of blue. I've got some greens. This is kind of like a brownish, and this is kind of like a reddish. And so this is what I'm going to try. Now, I'm only trying it. I don't know if this is going to do what I want it to do or not, or if it will or what. I'm drawing. This is drawing right here. A tree. And this is the tree trunk. Right here. This is the tree trunk. Okay, we got a big fat tree trunk. Can you see that? It's a tree trunk. This is the tree up, and this is the tree trunk. Okay, that's very artistic. I'm sure you will agree. Now, what I'm going to do with this tree trunk, this tree and this tree trunk, is I'm going to scrunch a bunch, do my scrunch a bunch sewing on it, using these little things, these little pieces. So I'm going to be using these red ones. Let's see, these reddish ones. I'm going to be using these greenish ones. Get all of them together, greenish, crumbs, and then these ones is brownish ones, and these are bluish ones. I'm going to put these together here, right there. These are bluish ones. Here's some more greenish ones right here, and I might use some of these greenish ones down here with these ones. Okay, I'll tell you ahead of time what I'm attempting to do with this here cloth. And I drew the tree. I want to try scrunch a bunch sewing on here to make this tree. So this blue is going to be the sky. This green is going to be the tree. This is going to be the tree trunk. This is going to be like apples in the tree, and this is going to be the grass. That is what my plan is. Now, I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm going to play with it and see what happens. So, I'm just taking you all along for the ride. Yeah, I was just sitting here watching a movie, and this just popped in my head. It just popped in my head that I wanted to do that. So, I'm going to try to do that. So, I'm going to just bring you over here to, there you go, my sewing machine. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Now I forgot my sewing machine's name. My sewing machine has a name. What the heck is my sewing machine's name? I know what it is. Now I can't remember. Freya. Okay, my sewing machine's name's Freya. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Oh, I'm almost out of bobbin thread, so I'm going to be having to add bobbin thread pretty soon. But that's okay. I've got extra bobbins right here. So that's good. So once that runs out, I got another one to put right in. Okay, so I'm going to start with putting in some of the blues for the sky. Okay, this is how we're going to do this. And it's a scrunch a bunch. So if y'all have watched my sewing channel, then you know that I do this scrunching thing. And you know, and then I didn't know what I should call that sewing. Gosh, I wish I could do this without having me in the picture. There we go. Well, that's a little better. And then Loretta Smith, she said, oh, you could call that Scrunch a Bunch. And I said, you are not kidding me. That is perfect. And so, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. And so that is what I call it, Scrunch a Bunch. This is Scrunch a Bunch sewing. So because what you do is you take fabric crumbs and you just scrunch them underneath the presser foot there. You just scrunch them. If you can see what, dang it, I think you can see me. I guess I should have cut my hair. Combed my hair. I forgot. I got other things to do. I don't be having time for like combing my hair and stuff. So see, I'm putting these blue ones in here first because this is the sky. And so, and this is perfect for the sky. This is some fabric was sent to me by Judy, and it's got sun and moons and, dang, this hair. Okay, sun and moons and stars in it, so it's perfect for sky. Miss Judy sent me that. She sent me so many beautiful scraps. In fact, even one of these scraps come from a Judy box. All of them came from a Judy box. So, see, I'm putting in just a few of these light blue ones too. And you see how I do this? It takes a little while, but it's fun. It is fun. So, I was just watching, oh, stop. I was watching a movie, but I turned it off so I could do this and talk to y'all, because I love to talk. I watch a bunch of different videos. You know what I watched? I watched a video where West Africa, it was filmed in West Africa, and apparently they purchase bundles of old clothing. I don't know if they purchase them or if they are donated, but they come in bundles, and then the people go through these clothings. I think they're donated, but it might not be, but they might have to buy them. I don't know, but so they go through the clothing and they resell them. Then you know, on the street they have the street vendors, and they come in and they purchase the clothing that's in the bundles, and then they sell them in their area, you know. And so people can have clothing for like a decent price, you know, and they get some really nice clothing. They get clothing from just like Goodwill or something, you know, that kind of thing. And they also get clothing that comes from like manufacturers that over manufacture, and so there's a lot of good clothing. And so that's what they get, and then they sell that. But the video was about how much waste there is in all of this clothing that gets sent to them. So then there is the people that go through the bundles of clothing, and their complaint, you know, was that they get a lot of clothing that's not good. It's like they feel like these countries, because they get it from everywhere, and they feel like these countries are just dumping on them. And so they're showing some of the clothing, and like some of them they were saying, okay, like this one has a stain on it, so that one's going in the trash. This one, no, nobody will buy that one, so it's going in the trash. And what they were saying was like, so much of this clothing is just waste. And then they got landfills that hold all of this waste in it, because they feel like it's just a dumping ground. And maybe, I don't know enough about that, but I'm watching you know, I was watching as they're going through the stuff, and the stuff that they were throwing into the waste that's going to go into the dumping ground was, I was thinking, oh my gosh, look at the fabric that's in that. Oh my gosh, look at the buttons that are on that. And I was thinking, but that can't be waste. That fabric is amazing. That all of that fabric that they're throwing away because, well, it's got a little stain or something. I'm thinking, no, don't throw that away. Take it apart and make fabric out of it. Make just fabric scraps out of it. And then I'm sure the ladies would love to buy a bundle of fabric scraps. They might not want to buy that particular shirt, but that shirt might have fantastic fabric on it. And they could recycle it instead. But you know, the whole video was to show of how much waste is over there with all this clothing that is sent to them that can't be used. And I'm sure that whoever sends it to them, like I say, I don't know if it's purchased or if it's donated, but I'm sure that the people that send it to them really believe that they will be able to use it. And I thought, good night, nice. If I was younger and rich, I would fly my butt on over there and I would say, no, 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 no. Let me help. Let me help. And I would go and take all that waste clothing and I would show them how to make it into fabric, you know, fabric. And then teach them how to use that fabric. I'm sure that a lot of ladies would love to have scrap fabric that they could make quilts out of. And so, you know, there's missionaries that go over to different countries like this and they help them and, you know, they teach them things. And boy, if somebody couldn't just go on over there and then teach them what they could do with those scrap fabrics, and then they wouldn't have to worry about them being wasteful, you know, in waste and, you know, filling up their landfills and stuff. Because I was thinking, oh my gosh, some of those fabrics are just beautiful. Okay, here I'm getting to where now I've got 2 rows scrunched, just about 2 rows scrunched. Just about 2 rows I've got scrunched, and then we're going to, the next row is going to already start being in the tree. Right now all we have is sky going on here. This might not be too much, you know, but I'm going to see what it is when I'm finished with it. When I'm finished with, you know, it might turn out to be pretty good. I don't know. Y'all can go to the end of the video if you want to. And then you can see, just slip it on to the end. Then you'll know before I do. Okay, see, now I'm going to go again. Now this is going to be blue here. Until I get to this line. When I get to this line right here, then I'll start putting in some green. Because then that's going to be in the tree. But I'm scrunching it in there. I'm scrunching a bunch with my fabric crumbs. I'm using mostly the dark blue, but I'm adding just a little bit of the lighter blue. Kind of looks like a little cloud, maybe. Now this is my first, what I call my little art project, you know, with these crumbs, these fabric crumbs. And I thank everybody who has purchased my fabric crumbs out of my Etsy, and I hope that, you know, you guys, whoever's taken the crumbs, are finding fun things to do with them. And so, but I'm hoping to keep that listing going and keep crumbs happening. Okay, see, now I'm right there to where that tree is going to start. So this is grass. This is what I wanted in the tree. This green right here for the tree. So I'm going to be taking these little green pieces and put in the tree. I'm going to put these now. These green ones are going to go in here. because that's the tree. And some of these are real little crumbs, but they absolutely work just fine. And on the background, you can use any kind of a scrap piece of fabric because you're really not going to see it when it's done. Although this is a kind of a nice little piece, so if some of it shows, you know, if you have a real stark white, maybe that might be too white. I don't know. But this is kind of a muted, it's colors, almost like a neat colors of nature, and it's muted, so whatever shows through will be nice. Now I'm almost to that where I drew that little line for the tree. I'm almost to that, and then I'll switch back to the blue. And see, they don't even have to be like perfectly square or nothing. These scraps, you know, you're just using crumbs. So now, okay, now I'm back to the sky, so back to blues. And hopefully this does what I think it's going to do. I hope this isn't too long. I guess I could pause it and give you guys a break, but I'm going to just keep going with this. Those of you who were watching my flags, I had gotten away from the flags, but not their delayed is not denied. I will get back into my flags, and because I want to do, well, I had Poland for my next flag coming up, so maybe I'll even do that this afternoon. That's a red and white flag. But then I want to do Haiti's flag, because so much going on with Haiti right now. Oh my gosh, so much. Well, first of all, their president was assassinated. Then they had this horrible earthquake that took hundreds of lives. And then they had the tropical storm went over them, which then left a lot of rain while they're still trying to find survivors and non-survivors from the earthquake. And so, my goodness, they need our care, you know. As long as we just give them, you know, give them our prayers is about the only thing we can do. Okay, now I'm up to the tree again. The tree parts. Now we're going to go with green. Oh, drop that one in the floor. That's okay, I got plenty. And yeah, so I'm going to do the Haiti flag. Maybe I'm going to do both of them this afternoon. Sometimes you get videos from me just over and over, so many in a day. Oh, yesterday I made the video showing my slow stitching journal kits. I showed them. They all sold. I am not kidding you. I only listed 4 and they all sold. You guys are amazing. I think every one of yous, and they're all in the mailbox. They're in the mailbox this morning. They sold yesterday and they're in the mailbox this morning. So they're on their way. Now, on my tree, I want to put some of this red-ish. And then they can be like maybe cherries or apples, you know, something in the tree. So that'll be fun to have just a few little red spots in the tree to make the tree even more beautiful. I'm going to run out of bobbin thread here soon, so I got to keep watching this. Okay, back to the green. See, little tiny piece there? And I scrunch it. Do I scrunch it under there? I lift up that presser foot and I scrunch it under there. I wonder if I can scrunch 2 together. Give a 2-y scrunch. Okay, this is good. This is good. Yep. I'm going to have to do something with this hair. It's going all over the place. And usually, if Papa would drop by, I'd ask him if he'd just quick brush it for me. Put it in a braid. He does that for me, you know. Papa, are you out there? Let's see. I use him up. Papa. Oh, maybe he went outside. Papa, are you out there? Okay, he's not answering, so he must be outside. He goes for many walks a day. He's got bad knees, and so his knees feel better when he walks. And so if he walks, so he's got his alarm on his phone set for every 30 minutes, and he'll get up and go walk to the street and back. And so we just started using a new kind of, well, it's not new, but he's been using different things on his knee, you know, rubs to kind of, you know, for arthritis, to try and take the pain away. Well, he's now using, you know, it seems like he'll get one and start using it, and then it quits working, and so then he'll start something else. So now we just started using Blue Emu, and he says that's working pretty good, is to alleviate the pain somewhat, you know. And so okay, see, now that's coming out. This is going to be the tree. I think we might be onto something right here. I think we might be onto the next craze. I always want to do something new. Let's do something new. I want to do something new. See, so then, Papa, are you out there? That's funny that he's not answering me. I gotta go check on him when I don't hear from him for a minute. Okay, I found him. He was in the bedroom making the bed, but he's gonna come in here. He said he'd brush my hair. He likes to brush my hair, actually. He's gonna see if he can remember how to braid it. He's a pretty cool dude. I could probably sell him for $1 million, but what would I do with $1 million? Probably go over to Africa and help him learn how to make quilts out of them fabrics. You know, I have to be younger too, so $1 million won't help me. Whew. I took out my breath just walking to check on him. Yeah. But anyway, let's see. I'll get one more blue one in here. And so my grandson-in-law, Katie's husband, Katie was just well, she went back home, and now her hubster, bless his heart, her hubster has the COVID. So she's got him in the closet. He's locked up in the closet. He'll have to come out of the closet pretty soon. But he was very sick last Wednesday. When he come home from work, he had fever. So she had one of them home tests that you can test for the COVID, and that home one came up positive. And so he called his work and told him that he had the COVID. Well, they needed to have a note, like a note from the doctor. So he went to the walk-in clinic, and he had another test done. It came up positive. So in Alabama, when there's one in their county anyway, Jefferson County, I think they're in, they have to have, if there's somebody with COVID in your family, you have to quarantine for 14 days. So now her two kids, that just my two great-grands, who just started school, are now out of school for 2 weeks because their dad has the COVID. And so he's in the closet. That sounds pretty funny. He's got to come out of the closet soon. But he's got a blow-up mattress in there. They've got a large walk-in closet. And so there's a blow-up mattress in there. He's got his TV in there. And I feel like I'm repeating myself. I might have already told you this. And he's got his TV in there. He's got a blow-up mattress. He comes out only to use the bathroom. And then he's back in his little room. And so he has to be quarantined for 2 weeks also, and then be retested before he can go back to work. And so, oh my goodness, and then I understand in Alabama it's really bad. See, now I'm on the sky again here. In Alabama it's bad, this COVID. And we don't know if it's the Delta variant or if it's the old variant. We don't know. I don't know. Maybe Katie knows, but I don't want to bother her a lot because I know she's busy with the kids home again, and hubby is sick, and my poor granddaughter, she gets so stressed out. So, hi, Papa.
Hey, you got it?
Here, I got a hairbrush, like right here.
And a rubber band?
And a rubber band. So you can, if you can. Is your knee okay?
We'll see what happens.
Okay, if it starts hurting too bad, then don't worry. But my hair is like all over my body right now. I feel like a orangutan.
I need a pair of scissors and cut it off.
No, you know you don't want to do that. But if you want to cut it off, hey, what the heck, cut it off. But so Papa's cutting my hair. No, he's not cutting my hair. He's brushing my hair. Don't worry about being rough with it. If you're rough with it, it's fine. That feels good, really. So see, you guys, look at there. I put that little red right there. And that makes like a little cherry or an apple in the tree. Can you see Papa back there combing my hair? He's back there combing my hair anyway. Okay, where are we doing? Okay, we're getting some more sky. Oh my God, that feels so good. It gives me goosebumps. It feels so good. And I keep turning my head. That's probably not cool. I'll put my stuff right there.
It's okay.
Okay, sweetie pie.
I can handle it.
Ooh. The rougher you are when you brush, the less it pulls, so that's good. Yeah, like that. Like, oh yes. You got it going on there, Papa. You got it going on, Papa. Did you ask Alexa what to expect in the weather today, Papa?
Yeah, possibility of thunderstorms.
Possibility. Alexa is Papa's new woman. And she gives him the weather forecast every day.
That's the only thing she's good for.
That's the only thing she's good for? No, she tells you jokes every once in a while. So, she's the weather announcer. Old Alexa. Do y'all got an Alexa? They're fun. Yeah. Me and Jeffrey, we like to ask it really funny questions sometimes. And she gives us the answers. Yep. Every once in a while she goes, I do not have that information. And so sometimes she doesn't have the information to give us. But she's a pretty cool woman to have around. Okay, where am I at now? Okay, I'm still on the greens here for the tree. So anyhow. Oops. I'll get this. I think this is going to be pretty awesome. If I can get the tree, if this really looks like a tree when I'm done, then maybe I can make like a barn one day or a house. there might be other things that I can actually make with Scrunch Bunch sewing. And all we can do is try, right? And I think it'll be awesome. Oopsie, that was 2 pieces. Oh, I need to just put this right down here. Just put my blues right there too. Okay, see, now I'm back on the sky again. So, yeah, this may take a while, so y'all can just go ahead and fast forward to the end so you can see what this looks like at the end. Because I'm going to keep going on with it. I'm going to keep going on with it. But it's just because it's the same old, and I done told you what actually I'm doing. Oh, that feels so good, Papa. My word, that feels good. I love having my hair messed with. And Papa's a good hair messer-upper. See, as long as it... I used to... Well, I did have... When me and Papa first got together, I just let my hair grow, and he always braided it. And then one day I just decided to cut it all off. And then I started wearing it short. But now I kind of like it that it's got this COVID longness. Because since I don't go get my hair cut because of the COVID stuff, I stay home and let it grow. So Papa will... He doesn't mind. He just doesn't mind. In fact, he said he likes taking care of me. That's what he said. Okay, now let's see. Going down to the next row here. Your rows don't have to be straight. And see now, it's like the sky, and you can see the tree starting to form. So then I'll have the tree trunk. I'll go down so far with the blue sky, and then I'm going to start green, a different color green for the grass. And so I think that'll be really pretty. I think it'll be pretty. I don't know what I'll do with it when I'm done. But you know how I am. I don't need to know what I'm going to do with it when I'm done. It's not necessary to know what you're going to do with things when you're done. Just do it. Maybe I could actually make a tote bag. Because I've made my Scrunch Bunch tote bags. And I could make a Scrunch Bunch tote bag with a tree.
There you go, girl.
You got it in a braid? Okay. Let's see how he did. Can you see my braid? How does it look? Does it look beautiful? Can you see it in the screen, Papa? Look on the screen.
Here we go.
There. That's my braid.
There's her braid right there.
Well, how does it look, y'all? I can't see. It's in the back of my head. Thank you, Papa.
You're welcome.
Thank you. See, that's my Papa right there. Say hello.
Hi, y'all. Y'all have a good time here and stay safe.
If y'all need your hair combed, I'll send him on over.
No, I ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere. Oh, jeez. He said he ain't going nowhere. Okay, well, I tried to get you some hairdos done. Get your hairs done. Now that's better. Now I don't have that hair. Thank you, Papa.
You're welcome.
Okay. See that? That's a one good man right there. Okay, then we get here some more green in because we're in the tree. This is a pretty green, you know. I kind of had that other green too, but no. Oh, that I'm going to put in with the grass. That's right. That, because it's got some flowers, so it's going to go in with the grass. It is just fun, I'm telling you. Oh, am I going to run out of greens here for the tree? Let me see. Oh no, I should have enough. I don't need that much more. I'm going to have enough. Yeah. Okay. And so yeah, we'll get that in there. Yeah, we'll probably have some weather from Grace. I don't know what Grace is doing out there, but we'll probably get a little bit of weather from Grace. She's probably going to give us a little sprinkle or two. And you know, I kind of like the rain. I don't like real high winds because they can do some damage. And what was I doing? Oh, I was going to get some red here and put in another cherry blossom or something. You could actually go over this with, when you're done, you know, when you're you could actually go, when you're done, with buttons. Like if I had a bunch of red buttons and sew red buttons on there, oh my gosh, that would be cute too. So yeah, you could doll this thing all up. You know what, if you were to do this and make a Christmas tree, oh my word, you could make like a Christmas tree for Christmas time and do the whole tree in the greens, and then sew on, slow stitching, beads and buttons to trim the tree. You could have packages underneath the tree. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. And that would be awesome. Boy, I think I'm on a roll with my thinking. And so, goodness me gracious, yeah. Okay, I think I'll put still a couple more, maybe just one more row of sky. And scrunch in some more. Yeah, some more. Scrunch in some more. Okay. I'm back on the tree. So you just need a little of an outline there. And your outline will be covered up once you get the scrunching done on it. And then it will be covered up. And yeah, let me see. Some of them I don't really have them scrunched, but they're kind of folded in there. But that doesn't matter, you know. If it's scrunched or folded or bunched, just so long as you get them in there. Okay, then I think I'll put one more piece of a little bit of red down there to make another little cherry blossom. I guess they're cherries since I keep saying cherries, because they're more of a dark cherry color than an apple. So yeah, they're cherries. Okay, now some more green, and then I think I'm going to do just oops, just a wee bit more. I think I'll do one more row where I have the tree in the sky. Then I think I'm going to start on the grass and the trunk of the tree and see how that goes. See how that goes. Sewing is so, I don't know, it's so soothing. You know, sometimes I just want to sew. I don't want to sew anything, just sew. You know, it doesn't have to be anything. So I've been doing a lot. Well, just this morning I made a bunch of squares. And by just sewing little pieces of fabric together. Just sewing fabric together. Hang on a minute, I'll show you my squares. a minute here. Let me get this one on here. And I think my squares are going to be part of my curtains. I thought I would have my curtains up by now, but I am so... Look at there. Do you see all this that didn't sew on? Because I was out of... All of that didn't sew on because I was out of bobbin thread and I didn't even know it. I bet y'all could see that too. Okay, see, so now what I have to do is snip that thread right there and take this out from under the needle. And maybe I should just quit. No, see how that's coming? I ain't quitting. I just want to show you though real quick my squares. See, this is a piece. This isn't a square yet, but this is just one of the pieces that I'm starting for a square. See, but then I had to switch. But see, let me just show you right here. See, this is a square, 10 by 9.5 by 9.5 inch square. And this is another one. I did all these this morning. Another square. Look, some of the little pieces are so tiny. Look at that little tiny piece right there. The way I do these, it's just, now these ones are all bigger. But once I put these squares together, look how pretty. See, and this is why I feel so bad when I saw them throwing away all that clothing, because the ladies there could absolutely be shown how to do this kind of thing. And oh, that one I didn't make today, that one I made the other day. But you know, out of all them clothings that they throw away, oh my gosh, at the beautiful things they could make with it. Now see, this one is what I'm working on right now. When I get big enough to cut a 9.5 by 9.5 square, then I'll cut that out of there. Okay, now I got to put my my bobbin in, and get me a fresh bobbin. I was running my mouth instead of, I think today I'm going to get out my bobbin winder and fill bobbins, because it's nice to have the bobbin winder now, because that absolutely makes it so easy to just, I fill all the bobbins up in here so they're all filled up. And then then it's easier to you know, when you're sewing, just switch the bobbins. Okay, so now where did I run out now? Let's see, right here, right there when I started that new row, I guess is where it ran out. That's okay. I'll put it back in again. We won't lose any sleep over that. We won't let that bother us none. No. Nope. We'll just sew them in again. We ain't scared. Yeah. Just don't worry, be happy. Might even be able to put like a word. I don't know. I will play with this kind of thing for a while, where I can actually make an image in my Scrunch Bunch sewing. I hope somebody else, I hope other people will try this too, because it is just such a wonderful way to use up little scraps. Don't throw anything away, and you can get scraps from anything. Old clothing. Oh, you know, if you had old t-shirts. See, I'm making t-shirt yarn right now out of old t-shirts. One piece of here, there. And, oh, the green. And making t-shirt yarn because I'm crocheting a rug. And, so that's using up old t-shirts. But even still, if you were to even use t-shirts and make the little scraps, oh my gosh, that would be soft. That would be so soft doing something like this. It would be real soft because, you know, the t-shirt fabric. And so, I don't even have you on the sewing machine here. Here we go. Sorry about that. I didn't turn my I didn't turn my thingy. I bet you were yelling, turn your thingy, I can't see you. If you're still watching, that is, you know. You might have been smart and went to the end. How much time? I've been already on here 45 minutes. Some people say they like for me to make long videos. And then they just kind of, because they don't really have to watch me, they just listen to my big mouth and go about their business, you know. And so that's good. That's nice to know that you can still go about your business while you're listening to my big mouth. My one friend is from Germany. She says Germans like to talk a lot, they talk loud. And I thought, well, must be the same way with Finnish people. Because although I'm only half finished, I like to talk. I talk to myself. You know, you should. Let me tell you about this. You know, it is a very good idea to talk to yourself. I talk to myself a lot. And you really need to talk to yourself. Why? Because you should be your own best friend. You should be your own best friend. And who do you talk to? But yourself, your best friend. And so yes, you should talk to yourself, because this is what it is. You're talking to your inner self. You talk to your inner self and discuss things. You discuss things to make sure. Just to make sure of something. I don't know what. But you talk to your inner self, which is the wee child inside of you. Think about what you looked like or what you were at 7 years of age. That person is still inside of you. That's still inside of you. And she's still there. So you talk to her and treat her nicely. But you know, your brain and your heart need to have conversations. Because your brain is current. Your heart is all your past is in your heart. Everything's in there. Your whole spirit is there. And so you should discuss things with yourself. And that means your brain is discussing things with your heart. Because now, for instance, okay, you might say, let me see if I can come up with something here. Let's see. Your heart knows right from wrong. Your brain does not. And so, but your heart does. Now, your brain might say, okay, for instance, okay, if there's a little boy shopping, his mother just sent him into the grocery store with a $20 bill to go pick up a gallon of milk and a loaf of bread. I'll wait for you in the car, she says. Little boy says, yes, I'm going to go right on in there and I'll do that. Well, the little boy was back by the milk refrigerator thing, got his milk, and he dropped that $20 bill. Dropped it. Well, there was this other person that said, oh, that boy just dropped money. I'm going to wait till he's out of sight, and then I'm going to go get it. And he did. He said, whoa, $20. It's all mine. And meanwhile, the little boy goes and picks up the loaf of bread to go with the gallon of milk, and then he goes up to the cashier. And then he's digging in his pocket. There's no money. He realizes, I lost my mom's money. Okay, well, the finder of the money, he sees, or she, I don't know if it was a he or she, sees that little boy is there trying to pay, and he has no money. The cashier's getting a little irate because there's a line of people. Well, the finder of the money sees that little boy, and he's so sad because he's lost his mama's money. Okay, now, this is where the heart and the brain has to have a conversation. The conversation starts, and the brain says, oh man, that is $20. I could do something with this $20. I could go spend it and buy me something. It's $20. I already got it in my pocket. But then his heart looks at the little boy. The little boy says, the little boy is sad. He's done worried. He's done lost his mama's money. He says, I got to run back and see if I can find it in the floor. And just then, the finder says, the heart says to the mind, because the heart knows right from wrong. The mind doesn't. So there he is. He's talking to himself and he says to the little boy, he goes, little boy, look, I think you dropped this. He says, well, he knows he dropped it, but he said, I think you dropped this back by the milk cooler. The little boy was so happy that he had the money, and he thanked the man so much. He was so grateful that the man found that money, or the woman, I don't know, could be a woman, and gave it back to him. See, that was the finder talking to himself. Very important for your heart and your mind to speak to each other. And that's exactly what happened in that little story I just made up. And so talking to yourself is important. Okay, now I'm going to switch. I'm going to be done with my blues here. Done with my blues. Put them up here. But now I'm going to get my greens. These are my greens that I want for my grass. So I've got two different kind of greens. I've got some green with flowers and some green with green. And so that is going to be my grass. And so now this is going to be over an hour before I get this done, because I'm doing it real time. I don't edit nothing, and I don't pause it and stuff, because I just don't know. I don't know how to do that. I just don't even want to do that. Okay, so I am now putting in the greens. That's a softer fabric. And see, I'll every once in a while put in one with the flowers on it. And I'm going to keep going with the greens. So it'll be like a field of green and with flowers. That'll be pretty. That will be real pretty. Now I'm at the trunk. I'm at the trunk of the tree, so I'll need these browns that I cut thinking that they will work for the trunk of the tree. Thank you again, Judy, for these scraps. These are perfect. Ooh, that's soft too. So I'm going to go right along where the trunk of the tree is with the browns. It's kind of a variegated, there was a print, like a tan with a brown print, so that makes a nice tree trunk. And so this is I really think this is going to be awesome. Let's just wait though. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Let's not be doing that. We don't want to be counting our chickens before they hatch. So, because they got to hatch first. Oh, speaking of chickens, well, I don't have any chickens. We used to have chickens, but the coyotes got them. But my daughter, one of the nurses where my daughter works, she raises quail and has quail eggs. Well, she sent me a dozen, sent home with my daughter a dozen quail eggs. They're just so cute and they're so little. And so, well, I just didn't know about eating quail eggs. So what I did with a dozen of quail eggs is I poked a hole in the top, poked a hole in the bottom of the egg, and blew them out. So I have, and then see, you just poke a hole, then you got to poke a needle in there to pop the yolk too. And then I just blew the egg out of the shell, and then you put water in your mouth, and then you blow the water out through the egg to clean out the inside of the eggshell. So now I have them just drying. I got them setting out and they're just drying. But what I'm going to do is I want to put resin on them. I want to put resin on them eggs, which it's just the shell because I blew the middle out of them. And we used to do that years ago to make real pretty eggs, you know. I don't know what we did with them, but we blew the egg out of the shell. And it works pretty good. It's kind of interesting. And, but yeah, what I want to do then is I want to resin the eggs, the eggshells, the eggs. And maybe put like some glitter into the resin or something. I don't want to color because the eggs are like speckled. And so I don't want to lose that speckled, you know. But I want to make them shiny and I want to make them to where they won't break, you know. And so, oh my God, they're so cute. They're so tiny and they're just all speckled. And some of them are like a green and blue with speckles. And they are going to make an awesome something. So once I get that part done, then I will figure out if I can put like a hanger on them somehow where they'll hang, you know. And so we'll see. So that's just another something to try, you know. I like to just try stuff. So I'm on the trunk here again. So I'm putting the browns in there for the tree trunk. So now the rest of it is going to be done with the browns for the tree trunk and the green for the grass and flowers. The greens for the grass and flowers, the browns for the tree trunks. Okay, yeah, you can see me. I don't know if you really want to see me. I really should put on a nice blouse. Sometimes I just put on my old raggedy stuff, and you see it. What you see is what you get. You know, I keep thinking, gosh, I should do my nails. I got nail polish. And I think, man, I should do my nails before I do a video. And then I think, oh, I don't have time for such nonsense. So then I don't do it. I had my I had made them beaded bracelets they're going to just stay there forever. They're not there. Do you know why they're not there? Because when I was cutting apart my t-shirt, one of the t-shirts, there's one part of it that you can lay over your arm to do the final cutting. And doggone it all anyway, if I didn't lay it over my arm to do that final cutting on making my t-shirt yarn, and I went zip and snipped, and I heard it raining on the floor. The beads are still down there in the carpet. Little bitty seed beads. Yeah, they're still down there in the carpet. I haven't picked them up yet. I think I'm just going to vacuum them up is what I'm going to do. Because that's too much work to pick them up. Or I might leave them there for life and let it be floor art. Yeah, floor art's good. And so anyway, there went my bracelets. So I got to make them over again. But I'll remember not to cut my t-shirt over my arm. I'll do it different ways to make my t-shirt yarn. But doggone it, that was 3 of them, and I wanted to get 6, one for each of my children. Now I gotta start all over. It's okay though. I don't mind. I don't mind. I think I got enough beads to do them all still. Because I think I got a lot of beads. I think I do anyway. Pretty sure I do. I don't even know what I have. Sometimes it's weird. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Okay, let's see. We're going with the grass still here. See, when I do the second row, when I do, see, I kind of push the last row I did, I kind of push it over and get that next row going, and I kind of get it so it's close, so it's more fluffy that way. If you leave too much space in between each row. I should have said that at the beginning. But see, if you leave too much space at the between the rows, then too much of the background fabric shows, and it kind of doesn't give it as much character. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I'm getting close here though to the bottom of this. So if y'all hang out just another minute or 6. Oh, back to the tree trunk. The tree trunk going. I might only have about 3 more rows here. 3 more rows, maybe. And then we'll take a look-see at it. See if it's something we think is going to be worth doing again sometime. It might be worth doing. I think everything's worth doing again sometime. Any kind of art. This is really art. This is really art. Because, you know, you all, a lot of you, I've heard some people say, oh, I can't call myself an artist. But you are an artist. You're a homegrown artist. We are the special artists. When you're the homegrown variety of artist, that is the best kind of artist. That's better than the store-bought ones, you know. Store-bought artists. And, well, you know, some goes off to art school and they're like, they are definitely trained artists. But then, I don't know, I think they kind of, whoops. No, I wouldn't say anything bad about a trained artist because they're wonderful. But see, and they spent all that money, you know, to become a trained artist. But us homegrown artists, you know, I think we just come up with the neatest stuff on our own. Yeah, we're homegrown artists. Don't let nobody fool you on that one. Homegrown. So, and then, see, if you are a store-bought artist or, you know, a trained artist, well then, you have to do like you've been trained, you know, sort of. Otherwise, you're not going to get an A+. And so, but you want to get an A+, so you have to do what you're trained to do. But now, if you're homegrown, you do whatever your heart tells you to do. There's that heart thing again. Okay, now let's go a little further here. And we're doing good. This is coming out nice. I think this is going to be nice. I'm not sure if you agree, but I think you would agree that this is coming out nice. And so let's just get that piece of grass in there. We're sewing in the grass. Just some grass there. You can put some weeds in there if you want to. If you want it to look like my lawn out in the yard. Actually, if I pull all my weeds, we wouldn't have any grass. Wouldn't be any green. Yeah, I might live in Florida, but we live in the woods of Florida. Okay, see, here I go. We are getting to the bottom of this beautiful art piece. And we're getting to the bottom. And I want to, let's see, I'm going to start on more kits today. I'm going to start on more of my slow stitching journal kits. I'm going to be getting them started today. I won't get them finished today, but I'll get them started because, see, I go from one project to the next. Like I've told you before, I just got this, what do they call it? This low attention span, short attention span. Yeah, that's what it is. It's very short. So, you know, I probably wouldn't be continuing on this if I wasn't on a video right now. But because I'm on a video, I just continue this because I want to finish it while on the video. But usually by now I would have stopped and got up and went and raided the refrigerator and got me something to drink and all that stuff. But no, I'm just going on with my bad self, just keeping on, keeping on. See, and my lines aren't even straight on here. That doesn't matter either. I'm teaching you how to make a mess. I can teach you all how to make a mess. That's what I can do. I love the sewing machine. I'm telling you. It's amazing what you can do with the sewing machine. And you don't have to buy all that expensive fabrics either. I do buy fabrics, but I have so much clothing and stuff that can be taken apart for scraps, you know, that I'll never run out. And my friends have sent me so many scraps too. And I have, some of them are just so awesome and so generous that I have even put some of those into the kits. Some of those, because they're just beautiful. And of course I keep most of them for myself because I'm greedy like that, but I do put some in the kit so that other people can have some of these beautiful things too. And so I don't think I put any Judy fabric in those 4 kits I just sold. I don't think I did. No Judy fabric. But in the next one I might have some Judy fabric in them so that it gets spread around, because boy, she gave me some beautiful things. Okay, let's see, we're still going here, and it should be pretty soon that I'll be ready for the unveiling of this finished piece of artwork, for the unveiling. Let's see. Put that piece right there too. And boy, my last sewing machine I had that went kaputski, it did not have the button to push. It only had the foot pedal. And this one then has a button to push. I really like this idea that I can just push a button and it'll sew, and it's right there at my thumb where I can just push it, see, and then push it again, push it, and then push it again. I like that a lot. So I hear notifications. I wonder if somebody's messaging me. I don't know. I'll check that in a few minutes because I'll be done with this just shortly. And this is going to be done just shortly. Okay, now I'm at the trunk again. Get these trunk colors. The tree trunk. Well, yesterday I made the best chili, and I didn't know, you know, we get, once a month, we get a little food basket from the food pantry, because we're kind of like old and retired and Social Security, and yeah, so we do that once a month, which is very helpful. But last month they gave us like some hot Italian sausage, and I thought, we don't really eat hot, so I mixed that Italian sausage up with a pound of ground beef, and then I added black beans. You know, I cooked that up with two onions, and then I added black beans, because I had black beans, a can of black beans. Put them in there. I rinsed them off real good too first to get all the salt as I could off of them. And then I put in a can of tomato soup, and I had a can of spaghetti sauce. I didn't put in any seasonings because I figured that hot Italian sausage should be enough. That's what we're going to have for lunch too today. Is it lunchtime yet? Almost. And then I had a can of spaghetti sauce and I put that in there and just let that simmer for a while, and then we ate it, and that was so good. And I don't know, I called it homegrown chili. Everything's homegrown if you don't have, but it's what I had, you know. Sometimes you can just put together what you have and come up with like the best tasting something, and that was good tasting. Oops, did I go too far off the, oh, I went a little bit far off of the trunk, because I had my mind on food, knowing that I'm going to eat me some chili in a little while. Going to have me some chili for lunch. Get your motor running. You know, chili gets your motor running. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but you can hear it cranking. You can hear your motor cranking after you eat chili. Especially Papa, he gets his motor cranked up after chili. Y'all might not know what I'm talking about, but I bet you do. Okay, let's see. We're almost to the bottom here. Almost to the bottom, okay. Oh yeah, that went out. Yeah, I put my, well, that could be a limb. I went out a little far on that there limb. I went out on the limb right there. A little far out on the limb. That's pretty far out, right? So that'll be just a limb going out. I could probably put a tire swing from that limb. Okay. I'm curious to leave me a comment and tell me what you think about this here. Well, you gotta wait and see what the end is. See what the end result is first before you, if you say it looks pretty goofy, you just go ahead and let me know, because I can take that criticism. I don't mind. Okay, now we go back into the trunk, and let's get back into the trunk. Actually, I think this fabric did have like images of trees on it. So, like, what do they call that? Oh, now I can't think of what the name of it, of this type of fabric where they have like tone on tone with almost like vintage images on it. But very pretty though. And I think this did have trees. I don't know, I just found a piece of brown. I said, ooh, that'll do. And I cut it up in pieces. Cut it up into pieces. Cut it up into pieces. Yep. What is that they call that fabric? Toll? I don't know. That might not be right. Toll? I don't know. Don't go by what I say, because I don't never have the right words. I make up words, you know, too. Sometimes you have to make up words because there's no words. You have no words, so you have to make up words. And that works. There's no problem with that. And, whew. Yeah, I'm glad we're almost done. Because, okay, once I get this part done, then I think I only have one more row. And then that will be the end of that story. One more row. Then, oh yeah, that's right. I gotta fill bobbins today. Or maybe I'll fill, nah, I gotta fill them today. Because I got to use my bobbins. Okay, let's see. Now we're back onto the grass. Okay. Gosh, this is so fun. You know, I think when you know that you are, you know, if you were to do this, something like this, and you go out and just buy all new fabric just to do this, you'd feel like, am I wasting this fabric? But you know, if you're using your scraps, if you're using recycled clothing, fabric, any of that, then, you know, it feels good that you are doing something without spending an arm and a leg, you know, or an ear. You don't want to spend that. Okay, now I am on the last row. Wait a minute, I'm gonna turn this over this way to do my last row. Okay, now this is the last row, you guys. We're almost to the unveiling of our homegrown art here. So we're on a roll here. We're almost to the end. We almost need a drum roll. Okay. So remember what I said about talking to yourself. It's very important. Wait a minute. Where did my... Oh, yeah. I have to go right now to the tree. Yeah. Remember what I said about talking to yourself. It's very important. Your heart talks to your brain. Your heart talks to your mind. Your heart knows right from wrong. Your brain doesn't. Your brain will... If you think only with your brain and never with your heart, you ain't going to get nowhere. Now, there's some people, now I don't want to be, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but there's some people that think only with their brain and they don't think with their heart. And when I think about some, like, well, how do you say that without being mean? You know, some like real rich people, they think about working and making more money, and they don't spend time with their family. But they're doing good for their family because, you know, they can buy their family everything money can buy. But they're not spending the time with their family. That is more important than money and things. And, you know, PS4s or whatever they are. And so, yeah, let your heart talk to your brain. And your brain should always, when you're thinking something with your brain, make sure your brain discusses it with your heart to make sure that their choice is a good choice. And that's important. That's just important. That's my lesson. That's your lesson for today. That's your lesson, today's lesson. Make sure you talk to yourself. Your heart has to talk to your brain. Your brain has to ask your heart for advice. That's very important. Keep that in mind. We've only got a couple more pieces to put on here. And we're going to put in this green. Put in this green. I should told Papa to put the chili on the stove on the low. That's okay. I'll do that when I get out there. He's out there reading. He's a reading-aholic. He likes to read his books. He likes his books. He's a smart man, huh? He's a smart man because he reads so much, and that's how he got so smart. Okay, now we're almost ready. One more piece here, and we're ready for the unveiling. We're going to see if we like this. All right, here we go. This is it. We are on it. Ta-dum, ti-dee-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum. Let's see. Oh, let's look at this. Let me move stuff now. These are my extras. I'm going to throw them in my bin. Wait a minute. Where's my bin? Oh, there it is. Way back there. These are the extras. That when you see when you see on my Etsy that I sell crumbs, a bag full of crumbs, that's what you'll get. That is what you'll get, is crumbs. Now, this is, let's see. See, now this is the sky, the tree, with some, I could have made the tree a little bit bigger, maybe. Looks like it's a little bit of a small tree to go with the trunk. The trunk seems quite big. But see how pretty that is? That's the trunk. This is the grass. This is the sky. And this is the tree. I could actually go around this. I could actually go stitching around and actually add some more green to that. Because now as I look at it in the screen, it kind of looks, this tree looks a little small. But you know, I could actually, even if I went over, I won't do it right now because I've already had you on here an hour and 20 minutes. But I think I'm going to try that. I'm going to go over even this to try and make my tree a little bit bigger. The tree part. The trunk is beautiful. The grass is gorgeous. The sky is gorgeous. And that is the whole thing's about 13 by about 13. 12 by 13, something like that. A few of these little things. I could probably add like some, I could add a little bit more. See, I can go back in and add. I probably should put another couple of reds over here on this side. But that's it. That's what I did, see? I could sew that on the front of a shirt. See that? I think it's nice. My homegrown art project. Okay. Well, yes, I know you want to get out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go with get my book down with my crochet hook. Okay. Heart Thoughts. I love this book. Louise Hay and her Heart Thoughts. And let's go, let's see. Let me see. Love. This one is all about love. Loving world. Oh, here. I help create a world where we are safe to love each other. Every time you meditate, do a visualization for healing, or say something geared toward healing the entire planet. You are connecting with like-minded people all over the world. Let's see, I gotta give me a... You can help create a world where it is safe for us to love each other, where we can be loved and accepted exactly as we are. It is something we all wanted when we were children, to be loved and accepted exactly as we were. Not when we got taller or brighter or prettier or more like our cousin or sister or neighbor across the way, but to be loved and accepted exactly as we were. We grow up and want the same, to be loved and accepted exactly as we are, right here and right now. But we are not going to get it from other people unless we can give it to ourselves first. That's important. Oh my gosh. When we can love ourselves, it becomes easier for us to love other people. When we love ourselves, we don't hurt ourselves and we don't hurt other people. We let go of all prejudices and beliefs about one group or another not being good enough. When we realize how incredibly beautiful we all are, we have the answer to world peace, a world where it is safe for us to love each other. Isn't that wonderful? And we've been talking about world peace. And, you know, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. You know, You know, some people say there'll never ever be world peace, but why do we want to give up? We don't want to give up. There is a good chance there will be world peace. Just because the world has been going on for eons and there's never been peace doesn't mean that there'll never be peace. Don't give up. Don't give up. Let's just shoot for a common goal, world peace. I love this one right here. Put my bookmark in there. Okay, thanks for watching. I know it's been a long video, but this is fun. I like this. I like how this turned out. I really, really do like this. See? And I'm going to make my tree a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll see how that works. And then I'll show it to you later on. Okay, let God watch over you every step you take, every move you make, bring you back safely and soundly to the next video. Love you so much. Thank you. God bless.